The period of waiting is over. This is the time for either England or Portugal to claim a place in the FIFA World Cup semi-finals. England in possession in their white jerseys with Rio Ferdinand. John Terry. And though it is hot and sticky, it's even warmer outside. Temperature outside up in the 30s, it's mid-20s inside here, and there is air conditioning down at pitch level. Although in the commentary positions it's very, very warm indeed. Luis Figo tries to get away from Ashley Cole. Good tackle by the England left-back, Lampard. Owen Hargreaves with a studied ball back to his goalkeeper Paul Robinson, playing in his first major championships. Gary Neville back in the England team after recovering from a calf injury. Gerrard. Oh, it's come through here to Rooney! Slams the ball against Fernando Meira, and Portugal cannot afford to give England chances like that. Cristiano Ronaldo. Maniche, who's scored a couple of terrific goals so far. Luis Figo. Miguel. Patient build-up here by the Portuguese. Figo. Paulato waiting in the middle. And it's all the way through to Paul Robinson. England were saying that they hoped Portugal would attack them, and that would make it a very expansive game. Let's hope it's not an expensive game for Portugal with all their yellow cards. 5 players, 1 yellow card away from missing a potential semi-final. Only John Terry in the England team on a yellow card. Miguel. Maniche. Maniche playing in Deco's role today. I wonder how the absence of Deco and Coutinho will affect the Portuguese. Cristiano Ronaldo, that's a foul. Two more club mates clashing here. Portugal have settled quickly. Miguel. Luis Figo caught by Ashley Cole, and there's an inquisitive look by Ashley Cole and a friendly handshake as well. Don't think there was any intent there by the England left-back. Seven recent meetings of these teams have ended as draws. Joko. Lampard. Gary Neville. Away by Rio Ferdinand. It wasn't a particularly accurate ball, and Rooney could be after this one. Wayne Rooney hasn't really managed to blossom on the World Cup stage so far as Luis Figo drives it long. Great ball to Cristiano Ronaldo, was cutting in dangerously there. And Paul Robinson to the rescue. Beckham. Tackled by Nuno Valente. Early days yet, but the way I see it, Portugal have settled very, very quickly indeed, and are quickly into their passing rhythm. Here's Ricardo, Portugal's hero in that quarter-final shootout at the European Championships against England, scoring a penalty and saving. Beckham. Gerrard has galloped forward here. Rooney. England's last defeat against Northern Ireland in September 2005. But the two really painful defeats for England in the last 4 years, against Brazil at this stage at the 2002 FIFA World Cup and against Portugal at the European Championships. Both times Luis Felipe Scolari in charge of the respective national teams. Foul by Petit. Neither goalkeeper's been tested yet. Ferdinand posted on the edge of the penalty area, just behind him John Terry. Then it's Rooney and Lampard. It's Beckham. It's a great ball in by Beckham and fisted clear by Ricardo. Gerrard. They're queuing up in the middle. Gerrard for England. Terry couldn't reach it. England flex their muscles. And a couple of scares here in the Portuguese defence. Sven-Göran Eriksson rarely betrays any emotion. This guy does. A real jack-in-the-box down on the technical area. He was a cheerleader when it was all getting rather frantic against the Netherlands the other night. Gerrard. Rooney can't control it. Cristiano Ronaldo, chased by Owen Hargreaves. With so much pressure heaped on the players, the odd mistake is inevitable. Gerrard. Gary Neville. Luis Figo, who's given the ball straight to Ashley Cole. Clever idea by Joe Cole, didn't quite come off. This is England's best spell of the match so far, which is only 7.5 minutes old. Lampard. Sven-Göran Eriksson and his successor, Steve McLaren. They don't look happy, do they? Nuno Valente with the throw. Manish, Nuno Valente. Beckham was actually ill on the pitch during the last game. Such were the drastic heat conditions. The amount he'd drunk in terms of water. Rooney. Space for Wayne Rooney. You do get the impression that with every passing game he gets a little bit fitter and fitter. Cries of Rooney, Rooney from these stands. Joe Cole. Portugal were looking for a foul. Lampard. Given away by Terry, and here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Pauletta peels to his left, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And almost as soon as Rooney shoots at one end, Portugal reply with an attempt by Cristiano Ronaldo. Hargreaves looking for Rooney, all the way through to Ricardo. Both goalkeepers have been tested now. It looks like that thigh injury for Cristiano Ronaldo is holding up, at least for the time being. Owen Hargreaves babysitting the English defence. Pretty even so far. Portugal began brightly. England have responded. Manish, Petit, Miguel. Manish. Thiago. Cristiano Ronaldo then fell on the knee of Owen Hargreaves rather painfully. Cristiano Ronaldo. Wasn't the most direct piece of defending you'll ever see. Great touch by Cristiano Ronaldo to Miguel. To Cristiano Ronaldo. Great tackle by Owen Hargreaves, it had to be. And England culpable of giving the ball away in a dangerous position here. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Lampard and Miguel scrapping for possession. Free kick to Portugal. So Paul Robinson waits on his line. Rise of Portugal narrowing round the stadium as Luis Figo stands over the ball. Cristiano Ronaldo on the edge of the penalty area. Oh, what a mistake by England. And Thiago almost forced the ball in. England had awful problems defensively against Sweden, and they resurfaced here. The ball struck Gary Neville, back to Rio Ferdinand, and Thiago almost nipped in to score the opening goal. England did have an early scare in their last game against Ecuador. Maybe that was an early scare in this game. Rio Ferdinand with a header. Miguel, Thiago. Luis Figo. Portugal certainly not overawed in this match. Beckham missed a tackle. Manish. Nuno Valente called by Beckham, and the Portuguese players urging the referee to show a yellow card here. We've had 13.5 minutes of cardless football. Portugal have taken a quick free kick. Away by Cole. Manish struck Rio Ferdinand. Portugal pressing for the opening goal now. Miguel. Great tackle by Rooney. Joko. Beckham wants it played early, and it wasn't. Sven-Göran Eriksson was out of his technical area complaining England didn't release the ball to their right wing quickly enough. Joe Cole forward towards Ashley Cole. Luis Figo. England need a covering player here. They have one in Owen Hargreaves, and he is penalised. Owen Hargreaves hoping to go to Munich for the semi-finals, where he plays his club football. And now Luis Figo deep in discussion with the referee, who says, "I'll referee the game rather than you." Manish. Beckham is the makeshift right back. Ricardo. Owen Hargreaves. Portugal just seem to be playing at a greater tempo than England. They're moving the ball around quicker. England trying to slow the game down. Ferdinand. That's a very good ball to Gary Neville. Gerrard. Gary Neville. Voluble appeals to handball by the England fans. Just a throw though. Neville into Beckham, who flicks it down. Rooney! Away by Miguel. Throw into England. England have prospered when they've got Gary Neville forward on that right flank. Lampard away by Fernando Meira. Beckham. England camped in the last third of the field here, but can they prosper? The referee wants a quiet word with I think Miguel. England will retake this throw-in if the referee has laid down the letter of the law. Miguel and Joe Cole bumping and bruising into each other. Lampard, Beckham, Lampard, Terry nudges the ball down brilliantly to Rio Ferdinand. Gary Neville, it's Rio Ferdinand, or rather Wayne Rooney. Rooney, Terry, good pressure here by England. Beckham. Appeals for handball, nothing doing. Figo, oh what a ball that is. Great vision. Cristiano Ronaldo. I think his teammates wanted the pass then. One or two accusatory glares here. Look at that. Fantastic ball. And you can see Ronaldo kept his chin down. He wasn't really interested in where his colleagues were, only where the goal was. Rooney. Scoop forward here towards Joe Cole. Foul by Joe Cole. That's a bit harsh, methinks. Well, looking at the slow motion replay, you can see where the free kick was given. Joe Cole did lean on the shoulder there of Miguel. It's estimated 80,000 fans are watching this game in the fan park in Dortmund. Roughly 100,000 England supporters have made the trip to Gelsenkirchen. In this area. Rooney. Beckham. And Gerrard now for England. Lampard! He's had 22 attempts on target at this World Cup and still yet to score. Fewer players at the Championships have had more attempts. Frank Lampard, England's leading goalscorer in the qualifying campaign. Rio Ferdinand. This one played in towards Beckham, who's controlled it well. He has Nuno Valente for company. Gerrard. Oh dear. I don't know what took a fearful bashing worse than two players of the corner flag. Ricardo Carvalho's all right. Lampard. England need to regroup now because Portugal are on the counter-attack with Cristiano Ronaldo into top gear. Roar of approval by the England fans as Steven Gerrard affects the tackle and then points the finger towards Gary Neville, saying, "Where were you? I had to do your job for you." We've almost reached the midway point of the first half, and here's Luis Figo. Owen Hargreaves. It's a nice ebb and flow to this football match. One moment Portugal are in the ascendancy, then it's England, then it swings back again. Thiago. Fernando Meira. Thiago. Ferdinand. Manish has had a very good World Cup for Portugal. Here he is again in possession. Luis Figo to take the throw. Miguel. Figo. Miguel, who is a terrific athlete. Rooney. Leading from the front. Wayne Rooney. Last time he came up against Portugal in that Euro 2004 quarter-final, he broke his foot. He has broken it since. Once again coming up against a Portuguese defender, Paulo Ferreira, who's on the bench today for Portugal. Ferdinand. Terry. Joko. Gerrard. Rooney. Back here towards Miguel. Mistake by Miguel. Ashley Cole with a throw. Picks out Joko. Hargreaves. Having another industrious game for England. England have held on to possession for a good couple of minutes now. Question is, can they do something with the ball? Gerrard. And he's a bit of a waste for England. Steve McLaren, the cheerleader for England, and also urging England to push on against the Portuguese, not allow them any space. Twice now, long passes in the last minute have resulted in throw-ins to Portugal. Terry turns the ball back here to his goalkeeper, Paul Robinson. It was a lively opening to this football match. It's just stepped down a gear. Hargreaves. Gift of a pass to Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he make England pay here? He's the last player you'd want to give the ball to. Cristiano Ronaldo. Blocked by Rio Ferdinand. Blocked by Gary Neville. Ball played forward here towards Rooney. Portugal still complaining about that last decision. And now there's a clash of heads, and the game is stopped. Here's the instant again. Terry and Thiago clashed heads. Two players who used to play for Chelsea. Thiago has moved on to Lyon now in France. If John Terry is down, he must be hurt. Sol Campbell warming up. Sol Campbell had famously a goal disallowed against Portugal 2 years ago. Well, John Terry, I think, has got a yellow card for that, and he misses the next match, a potential World Cup semi-final. Here's a penalty claim by, not a penalty claim, but the free kick claim, as Lampard just tackled Ronaldo. Big blow for England. Terry's going to be out of their next game if they go through. Petit. Cristiano Ronaldo. Figo. Thiago. Owen Hargreaves to the rescue. Wasn't a great ball to Gerrard, and won back by Petit. Manish. Absolutely nothing to separate the two teams. Shots on goal have been at a premium. Maybe Portugal can fashion one here with Miguel. It's good defending by Gary Neville. Nudging the ball back to Paul Robinson. Both goalkeepers have had one real save to make. Gerrard. Other than that, you can't really say there have been half chances, perhaps quarter ones. Miguel. Portugal, the only team still left in the World Cup who have never won it before. The rest of the quarter-finalists still in it, all previous winners. And they gate-crashed the party. Terry's ball is a disappointing one. England have given the ball away far too many times, and it's Luis Figo. Manish. Thiago. Pushed over Ashley Cole. Just trod on his heel, and hence Ashley Cole has lost that rather expensive boot. Not expensive to him, I imagine. Well, shortly we might get a football match. Both teams have taken their foot off the gas and are in idling mode, but here's Gerrard. Ricardo. Ferdinand. And it's Gerrard now for England. Joe Cole. Ashley Cole on the overlap. Gerrard. Lampard. Gerrard. Miguel. Handball. Ball was moving when Figo took the free kick. Lampard and Rooney just couldn't get the better of Fernando Meira. Cristiano Ronaldo's gone round Gary Neville and feeds it wide here to Thiago. Only Paoletta inside the England penalty area at the moment. Luis Figo. Paoletta. Rooney holds the ball up so well. Ashley Cole. Eusebio, who led Portugal in the 1966 FIFA World Cup, is here with the team today. Portugal hoping to emulate the class of '66. Maniche. The exciting thing here for Portugal is if they can beat England, they've got two excellent players to come back into their team after suspension, Deco and Costinha. Miguel. Oh, here's Joe Cole. England haven't really got Beckham in the game so far, but here's Gary Neville. Beckham ahead of him. Hargreaves. England still need to pass the ball quicker. Steven Gerrard now for England. Beckham just a pace behind the game. Had Gerrard delayed or Beckham moved into the penalty area just a bit quicker, England might have prospered. Owen Hargreaves. Rooney. And Rooney's gone down in a complete crumple here, and he's got a... And the referee wants to know what's going on. It's Ricardo Carvalho, the player who challenged him. For a moment there, Rooney went down. Just stumbled. Wayne Rooney's hardly the lightest player in the championships. Miguel. Ferdinand. Beckham dodged off the ball. Luis Figo. Round one challenge of Lampard. It's Luis Figo! He's been doing that all his career. Cutting in from the wing. And then trying to drift the ball into the corner of the goal. Just like this. Just got his angles wrong on this occasion. The ease at which he went round Frank Lampard will worry England. You can see what he was trying to do. Done it so many times at club level in Spain and Italy. Done it at international level too. Told you it was even. Gerrard. Joe Cole on towards Ashley Cole. Portugal trying to get back. Ashley Cole away from Cristiano Ronaldo. Rooney, lovely dummy. Terry, oh, he's done brilliantly here for England. Beckham. Lampard. Portugal got a lucky break and they find possession with Maniche. He drives it long to Paoletta. Cristiano Ronaldo. Petit. Figo hunched over the ball. Petit, he was tempted to shoot. England have 10 players behind the ball here. Miguel. Figo, big deflection. Corner. One newspaper suggested Frank Lampard was absolutely exhausted, given all the football he's played over the last 11 months. So is there to be a nervy ending to this first half, as Portugal press for the opening goal and England defend for all they're worth? Petit. Great save by Robinson. One-handed. Manish. The England keeper has produced a big save. We shall see if that header's on target shortly. England's most worrying moments of the first half have come when they've been defending dead ball situations. There's Paul Robinson, who effected this terrific save. It was going wide. Thiago's header was drifting away from goal. Luis Figo, full of tricks. Thiago. Manish. Cristiano Ronaldo. Robinson's ball. Gerrard. Joe Cole. Ashley Cole. Hargreaves drives into the heart of the Portuguese penalty area. And Owen Hargreaves, vilified by some sections of the English press and indeed some fans, is having a very good World Cup in England colours. This one down at the end of the ground where the majority of England fans are watching the game. Beckham with a corner. Beckham involved in so many England goals at this tournament. Joe Cole. And Joe Cole caught then. Petit has just caught Joe Cole, and he'll miss the next game should Portugal go through. So both countries would be one player light due to suspension should they win here. It really is in David Beckham country, isn't it, this free kick? And Ricardo will know that. David Beckham 2 years ago missed from the penalty spot in the shootout against Portugal. Ricardo was celebrating then. What can Beckham do here? Or is it going to be Lampard? It's Beckham. No great height on the free kick. England camped in the Portuguese half momentarily. No doubt they're already discussing their half-time team talk. Joe Cole. That's a great ball to Lampard. Another shot on goal, but still Frank Lampard can't break his duck. Ricardo fumbled it. Joe Cole. Handball by Lampard, and that could be a yellow card. Deliberate handball Normally it's been penalised by a yellow card. We're playing 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Hargreaves. Extravagant touch by Joe Cole. Doesn't lead him anywhere.
Between England and Portugal, 0-0.
Of England's 53 games at the FIFA World Cup finals have ended 0-0. It's more than any other country, so maybe hardly a surprise that at the start of the second half it's still goalless. For the second time of asking, Portugal restart the game. Portugal have never drawn a World Cup match. Something's got to give. I wonder how long it will be before something gives. Ashley Cole. Remember, unless we have a goal in the next 45 minutes, we'll play extra time. And if it's still left extra time, we'll have penalties. And these two countries know all about that. Nuno Valente under pressure from Rooney. Cristiano Ronaldo. There's always an injection of pace in his stride when he picks up the ball. Here's Miguel. Fernando Meira. Maniche. Luis Figo. Beckham appeared to be bundled over there. Either the free kick has gone to England or the referee's indicating it's a throw, and Beckham slightly winded after that exchange. Referee's just said throw in. Touched by Gerrard, a little bit too swift for David Beckham, still recovering from that knock on his ankle. Beckham still limping. Figo did well to release the ball. Terry. This elaborate game of cat and mouse continues. Ferdinand. Beckham. Joe Cole. Lampard. Gary Neville. Gerrard won the ball fair and square despite the protestations of Cristiano Ronaldo being booed by the England fans. Many of those England fans, Manchester United supporters, will cheer him every week. There's movement down on the England bench. I think they're still trying to ascertain whether David Beckham is fit enough to continue in this World Cup quarter-final. To be honest, Beckham was a peripheral figure in the first half. Robinson with a not too convincing clearance. Cristiano Ronaldo. Two England defenders got back, Lampard and Gary Neville. Aaron Lennon will come on shortly now for David Beckham, I suspect. Figo. Oh, clever ball. Thiago. Ashley Cole. Hargreaves. Rooney, he has some space. Lovely dummy by Wayne Rooney. Beckham peels a handball. England think there was a handball there. The Argentine official waves play on. Several England players appealed at the same time. Well, I think ball hit hand, didn't it? Beckham limps out here. His wife applauds him off. I doubt whether David Beckham will appear at another World Cup finals in 4 years' time. Will he be back if this is England's last game? Replaced by Aaron Lennon. Exciting, speedy youngster. Gary Neville has taken over the captain's armband. Corner. Beckham had his fair share of critics throughout England's campaign, and many wanted Aaron Lennon in from the start in England's matches. Well, Lennon has his chance now. So in Beckham's absence, it's Gerrard to take the corner. Oh, what a chance there. Frank Lampard with another attempt on goal. Completely unmarked. And he's been firing goals like this for Chelsea for the past couple of years. His timing is just off. Like any golfer will tell you, when your timing's off, it's the difference between the fairway and rough. Lennon. Thiago. Paoletta is the intended target. It's Paoletta. Figo. Cristiano Ronaldo. England have 10 players behind the ball once again. Petit. Miguel. Beckham looks like he's in tears. That expression to me suggests he knows this World Cup is over, and it's unlikely in 4 years' time he'd be part of the England setup. England have been unlucky with injuries. Of course, Michael Owen already back home. Ball had gone out, surely. Oh dear. He knew the ball was out. Rooney. Figo. England will certainly miss the delivery, especially from wide positions of David Beckham. But they do have the pace of Aaron Lennon. Lennon now just waiting on the near touchline, hoping to get a run at the Portuguese defence. Getting the ball to him might be quite difficult. England have seen a lot of the ball early on in this second half. Cole loses his marker Petit, and Hargreaves and Ashley Cole. Lovely touch on here towards Gerrard. Miguel thought that Gerrard got the last touch on that ball. Remember, from the last corner, Lampard was unmarked and should have scored. Lampard's up there again. Lampard can't claim the ball. Ricardo does and launches it downfield. If the Portuguese player is play acting, the referee has a duty to book him. Manish barely touched there by Evan Hargreaves. Claims he was slapped in the face, but the slow motion replay suggests otherwise. Ferdinand. Rooney. Again, Terry with a great intervention. Joe Cole. Talk about two teams cancelling each other out. But here's Ashley Cole. Joe Cole. Gerrard. Lennon. He's tricky as Lennon. It's a great touch by Lennon. Lennon. Rooney. Oh, he's placed it over the top, Joe Cole. Lennon and Rooney got in each other's way. It was a case of too many cooks in the kitchen. Told you Lennon was tricky. Then he almost barged into Rooney, who virtually had a fresh air shot. And And then Joe Cole stabbed the ball over the top. If England were to lose this game, they'll look back on that moment perhaps as a pivotal time of the second half when they should have had the lead. They've wasted a good chance now from Frank Lampard, and they've wasted a very good chance from Joe Cole. When these matches are so tight and opportunities do come along, the best teams in the world take them. Ashley Cole. England looks strong in this period. Miguel. Figo carries the fight to England here. Miguel. Manish. Petit thought about the shot. Lampard emerges with the ball after that challenge on Thiago. And England rumble upfield again. Joe Cole. Rooney. Now a lot of England players are caught forward. Pauletta's calling for the ball on the left wing. England streaming back, including Aaron Lennon. Clearance by Rio Ferdinand. There will be a change shortly for Portugal. Shimao will come on. Luis Felipe Scolari is a master tactician. England know that. Luis Figo. Rooney. I think Rooney accidentally stood on his opponent, and he's pushing his own teammate here, and this is not good because Rooney's been called to the referee. England hold their breath. What colour is his card? He's off! Oh! England have lost their most potent weapon, Wayne Rooney, for pushing his own teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo. It was so unnecessary. He should have walked away at this stage, and then he trod on his opponent in a very, very delicate area. And I think it was for the push on Cristiano Ronaldo why he was sent off, rather than that stamp. Cristiano Ronaldo has once again upset England. You can see he stepped on Ricardo Carvalho, but it was okay up to there. Then Cristiano Ronaldo got involved and Rooney pushed him away, and that was enough to persuade the referee. My mind goes back to David Beckham sending off in the 1998 second round game against Argentina for something quite similar. England are going to bring on Peter Crouch shortly, but Portugal meanwhile have brought on Simão Sambrosa for Pauletta. England without Beckham, without Owen, without Rooney. Wayne Rooney's fight to be fit for this World Cup undone in a moment of madness that David Beckham will know all about. As an impetuous youngster, he did exactly the same 8 years ago. England would be without Rooney and Terry now for the semi-final. Where's Theo Walcott? England down to 10 men. What an advantage for the Portuguese. Cole has been fouled by Fernando Meira, and once again a match involving Portugal is controversial to say the least, and has produced at least one red card so far. If this match were to go to penalties, I'm pretty certain Beckham and Rooney would have been two of England's penalty takers. England have to bring off the midfield players to have a striker here. It's England's tallest ever international, Peter Crouch. Involved in England's opening 3 games and scored against Trinidad and Tobago. Some reckon that England are at their best when they have their backs to their walls. Backs to the wall. Well, they have their backs to the wall now, all right. Gary Neville in towards Crouch. England 0, Portugal 0. England down to 10 men. And Horacio Elizondo from Argentina has sent off Wayne Rooney. One sent off David Beckham in a club match. And the England fans belt out the national anthem to try and raise the spirits of the team. It's a long way for England to go if they think about playing out this game, aiming for a penalty shootout. Free kick to Portugal. Valente. England are going to have to play the game of their lives. Luis Figo. Simão. No space for him whatsoever, but England have to defend a corner, and they've not looked happy defending corners of these championships. It's a short corner. Figo. Manish. Luis Figo. Clever idea. I wonder where Manish's effort was going. It hit Rio Ferdinand. Peter Crouch. Cristiano Ronaldo is not endearing himself to the England team. Caught there by Frank Lampard. 2 years ago, Rooney limped off against Portugal, now sent off in this game. England claimed had Rooney stayed on the field 2 years ago, they would have beaten Portugal. Is it to be a similar story? Miguel. The England fans are now being critical of the referee. Horacio Elizondo has sent off Luci of the Czech Republic in the match against Ghana. Second red card of the championships. It's a very controversial one. Gary Neville up towards Crouch. Peter Crouch for England. Aaron Lennon. Hargreaves. Great run here by Hargreaves. Just for a moment it seemed to open up there for England. Just breezed round the outside of the Portuguese defence. Terry, Hargreaves, Gary Neville, Gerrard. Portugal have shown they are more than capable of self-destructing in the World Cup finals. And although they have a man advantage, their task now is to keep 11 players on the field. "20 minutes of the first 90 left. Then we go to extra time. Miguel. Luis Figo. Portugal will never have a better chance of reaching a World Cup semi-final, playing against 10 men. Shimao. Crouch. Great control by Peter Crouch for England. Roared on by the England fans. Picks out Aaron Lennon. Portugal about to make another change, as you can see. Elegant touch there by Peter Crouch. England have Portugal penned in down by the corner flag. It's not all doom and gloom for England. It's still 0-0. Portugal have a significant advantage, though. Rio Ferdinand. Crouch was offside, that's why he ducked as the ball flew past him. Miguel. Luis Figo. Cristiano Ronaldo. England are onside here. Gerrard. Crouch trying to keep up with him. Gerrard played the ball far too early. Gerrard is now down to walking pace as he tries to get back. Gentle jog. That'll be Paul Robinson's ball. It really is a peculiar football match, because you'd have thought when England went down to 10 men, Portugal would have stepped it up and tried to land a knockout punch. That just simply hasn't happened. I wonder now whether England will rue those two missed opportunities in the second half. Cristiano Ronaldo. Exit Thiago. Thiago, a holding midfield player. And on comes Hugo Viana. Hugo Viana, who played in England with Newcastle United but moved to Spain on loan. I know many of the England players he's coming up against here. Usually plays in a wide position. Here's Miguel. Nuno Valente. Miguel. Away by Terry. My mind goes back to Euro 2004 when Helder Postiger came on as a substitute for Portugal. He hadn't been a huge success in England playing with Tottenham, and he came on and scored. I wonder if it's to be a similar story for Hugo Viana. Gerrard just never had ultimate control of the football. 15 minutes left of the 90. 0-0, but England down to 10 men after Wayne Rooney was sent off. "50 days of rehabilitation after a broken foot and a few seconds of madness." And Rooney is gone, at least for one game. Luis Figo. Manish. Scored a couple of long-range efforts so far. Player who scored the winner against the Dutch in Nuremberg. Simao clatters into Aaron Lennon. Hargreaves picks out Crouch. Ferdinand. Hargreaves. Through into Portugal. The two coaches continue to plot. Will it be third time lucky for Sven-Göran Eriksson over his old adversary, Luis Felipe Scolari? This could be the last game for the England coach who retires after the World Cup finals as head coach of England, replaced by Steve McLaren, who sits next to him. Valente. All the way through to Miguel. There's danger here for England. Another studied cross. Petit. Ball just would never come down to him. Hugo Viana. Miguel. Figo. One-handed save by Robinson. I think that was going in. Nuno Valente. Nuno Valente again. What a tackle by Rio Ferdinand. That was a great tackle by Rio Ferdinand. Bones shuddered there. Look at this. Great save by Paul Robinson. Great reflexes. Strong hands. Portuguese player is still lying injured after that bone-crunching challenge with Rio Ferdinand. Meanwhile, here's Petit. It's Nuno Valente. I think he's just winded. That must have felt like he'd run into a brick wall. Crouch lost the ball though. Cristiano Ronaldo, Manish, Simao, who is tricky. Ashley Cole. England are trying to respond to going a player down. It's as if every man is trying to give an extra 10% to make up for Wayne Rooney's absence. Crouch. And Ricardo now is pushing Peter Crouch. Hugo Viana's taken a knock at his face, but he's being pushed. You see, if you start pushing your opponents, as Wayne Rooney found out, you should be off. That was the instant when Hugo Viana took a slap in the face. Minutes left of the first 90. If there's no goals or the scores are level, we'll go to extra time, just as we did yesterday in Berlin. Simao, Hugo Viana, Nuno Valente, Miguel. Cristiano Ronaldo is waiting in the middle. Well saved. Viana had the shot. And with one eye, he was able to pick out the England goal. Thumping shot from Hugo Viana. Robinson never really let the ball escape him. Crouch. Aaron Lennon. Free kick. What can England conjure up from this dead ball situation? There's one player who can't take it, David Beckham. Frank Lampard, who has just been disappointing in terms of his accuracy. Looks like he's lining up the free kick. He must be up towards 30 attempts on goal at the World Cup finals, but hasn't managed a goal. Wouldn't be a bad time to score, would it? Lampard. Great save. Lennon. Easier save. Will England get a better chance than this? Ball ricochet to Lennon. He never really hit it sweetly. And Ricardo was able to recover. Luis Figo. Intervention by Ashley Cole, and here's Gerrard picking out Crouch. Looking for Owen Hargreaves. That's a great ball by Crouch, and Hargreaves goes to ground, but he stumbled. And Hargreaves has to get back quickly. Game just beginning to open out now as players inevitably begin to tire. Manish. Miguel. Luis Figo. Ricochets to Crouch again. Round one player. Couldn't get past Nuno Valente. Nuno Valente. Luis Figo. A goal now, surely, for either of these two teams would be a winner. Manish. Not even close. Postiga, the man who came on and scored against England 2 years ago at the Euros, is ready to come on again and see if he can repeat that trick. Robbins. Misdirected header by Crouch. And Luis Figo disappears. So both captains have gone now. And it's Helder Postiga. Played in England with Tottenham. Luis Figo looks absolutely exhausted. So both number 7s off. 0-0, but crucially, England are a player light. Petit, Figo, or rather Miguel. Miguel. Petit, Hugo Viana. Cristiano Ronaldo booed by the England fans. Helder Postiga's almost there. Will come through to Nuno Valente. Gerrard gets it clear. Lampard. Hugo Viana, great vision to pick out Cristiano Ronaldo. He'll love all this booing. Terry to safety. Miguel. Helder Postiga. Lennon. Remember, Portugal have never drawn a World Cup match. This could be England's 9th 0-0 draw in the history of the finals. Away by Rio Ferdinand. When you think about the second half, England have probably created more goal-scoring opportunities than Portugal. Miguel. Petit. Manish. Ashley Cole with the header. I think both teams have their eye on the clock now. Hugo Viana. Hugo Viana again, spraying passes around, picking out Miguel. Cristiano Ronaldo. Crouch flicks the ball on. Ricardo Carvalho. England defend again. There's plenty of defending for England to do. Helder Postiga. Miguel's made a run inside the area. Picked out by Ashley Cole. Given back to Manish. Portugal just can't land this knockout blow. England defending for all they're worth. Crouch. So we're playing 3 minutes of stoppage time now. Gary Neville will throw this forward, looking for Crouch, who flicks it on. Could pick out a white-shirted colleague. It's Rio Ferdinand now for England. And Ferdinand breaks forward. And it's Lennon now for England. A goal now would win it. Corner to England. England have had few opportunities to find a goal since Wayne Rooney was sent off. They have a corner kick in stoppage time as we approach extra time. Lampard. Ricardo Fisic clear. Hargreaves. They're queuing up in the middle. Owen Hargreaves still pulls it back. Lampard. Oh! Terry almost finds the winner. Desperate defending by Portugal. And another corner kick to England. Gerrard. Ricardo again, Fisic clear as far as Miguel. And England have to get back. Look at the speed here of Cristiano Ronaldo. Owen Hargreaves holds him up. But he goes round him a second time. Helder Postiga. Manish. Helder Postiga. The ball almost reached the roof. What a chance here for Portugal. Not easy for Manish, but really Helder Postiga should have drawn a save out of Robinson. Lampard went chasing the ball. Terry saw his shot just deflected over the top. Crouch. England straining every sinew now, as are Portugal. Only a matter of seconds left now before we have extra time. Referee checks his watch. And after 90 minutes, it's goalless.